Squash the scum!
Back when Hasbro truly celebrated Star Wars with the 30th anniversary collection, we got concept art action figures. We already had a concept art Stormtrooper we got back in the day, but they re-released that, redecoed it, but they also released concept art Snowtrooper, Darth Vader, Boba Fett, Luke Starkiller, all these other characters. And I only have the bad guys. I haven't gotten around to getting like the Yoda or Ben or any of those other characters. But I want to get those at some point. But for now, I have all the bad guys here. And for this Storm Central, I figured we would take a look at the concept art action figures that they released. So there are actually two artists here represented. First up is Ralph McQuarrie. He designed this Snowtrooper, this Darth Vader, this Boba Fett, and this Stormtrooper. And Ralph McQuarrie himself, just as a little nod, actually got his own action figure, because he was actually cameoed in The Empire Strikes Back as a Hoth rebel officer in the background. So here is the Ralph McQuarrie action figure. Here is the artist behind a lot of those figures. And for that Snowtrooper in the left side, he's actually designed by Joe Johnston. And Joe Johnston also was in a Star Wars movie and also got a figure because he played one of the space troopers you've seen in New Hope. And they just had a removable helmet and they had the likeness of Joe Johnston underneath it. So that's actually really cool that we have figures of the artists as well. So these guys, these were released in the 30th anniversary collection. He was released in the Legacy collection a little later on. But I want to talk about the Ralph McQuarrie stuff first. Let's talk about the Stormtrooper because he was released in an earlier line. I don't remember which line. It was this line. There we go. He was released earlier on. He had a different deco, as you can see here. However, this is the 30th anniversary re-release. It kind of has more of an art-faithful deco. And the Stormtroopers were originally going to be kind of a very Buck Rogers, Flash Gordon sort of spacey kind of trooper design. And it's interesting, certainly is. He has this big old shield, which I actually really like. I want to see this return in the movies. And he has a lightsaber. Stormtroopers were actually going to have lightsabers, so that's kind of cool. And he also does have a gun here, and you just take the gun out. We can take a look at it. He has this huge holster. There's a pistol design. That's actually really neat. I dig that gun. That just slots it in the holster, which is really, really huge. I had some ice cream before I filmed this video. Not sure why, because I feel like it just all wants to come up in burps. Oh well. But yeah, he's actually a really cool figure. I love the design. Of course I do. It's freaking Ralph McQuarrie. And I think they did a really good job capturing it as an action figure. Articulation's not too bad. He has a swivel at the head, ball hinges at the shoulders, swivels at the elbow, which is kind of meh, but it's more of an art piece, honestly. It's not. I don't really need it to be fully posable. I like it kind of being more static and just representing the artwork. He has a waist swivel. Does he have a wrist swivel? No, he doesn't. And he has swivels at the hips, and that is your lot. He's a really cool figure, though. I kind of want to get that older version of the different deco at some point, just so I can have an excuse to have two of these guys. So there is the concept Stormtrooper. And then next up, let's talk about the concept Snowtrooper, because this is actually a design a lot of you may actually be familiar with nowadays, because they actually have brought it back into the Star Wars universe on multiple occasions. I believe it's this is the inspiration for like the desert gear for Commander Wolf that actually got an action figure. I think this is also used in Jedi Fallen Order in a way as the Imperial Flame Trooper, which is really cool. But yeah, this is the Snowtrooper design, the original Snowtrooper. And honestly, I prefer this over the design they used. I really do. I wish they would have used this design. Because by this point, they had already made A New Hope. They had already kind of established the aesthetic of Star Wars. And this guy fits in so well. I just kind of wish they had used this design. I love the mask here. I love the helmet. I love the gun. I think the fingers are also interesting, how they have, for the glove, they just have two fingers kind of clumped together. Some gloves do that, and I do appreciate that little detail. And I like the backpack a lot, too, and all the little gear and things. And I also really like the Aurebesh, or just whatever writing is on there. But he has a really cool feature where you can remove the mask. And this may look very familiar to you. They've used this design on multiple occasions. They used it as like the, like I said, that Desert Wolf. They used it for the Imperial Cadet. They used it for the combat driver in Rebels. They've used this design a lot nowadays. And that's actually really cool how they've brought this back in so many different ways. But yeah, look at that. I really even dig it without the mask. But me personally, I like that mask on. This is, honestly, out of all these, this is probably one of my favorites. I think this is actually the first one I got. I know I got this back in 2007. That's a really sweet figure. I really like that. Articulation on him, he has a ball joint at the head. Since his 30th anniversary, this is where they started making the articulation consistently good. You can see he's pretty loaded out. He's got pretty much what you need. Nothing at the ankle, though, but that's all right. I don't really think 3 3/4 inch figures need ankle articulation because you're going to give them a little base anyway. Because they're so small, their little bodies usually need a little bit of support. So there's that one. And then let's talk about, how about Darth Vader next? Now, technically, he's not a Stormtrooper, whatever, but it would have felt weird not to just talk about him. So this is the original McQuarrie design for Darth Vader. You can definitely see it's interesting. For some reason, this figure has a lot of hair on him. I don't know why. But yeah, he has a blue lightsaber with a very fat hilt. I kind of dig the difference in the blade as well. I really love the helmet design. I really do love that design. And it's pretty, you know, accurate to what we ended up getting in the movie. But he does come with another helmet, and I'll show that in a minute. But yeah, he's got pretty decent articulation. He's got those swivel elbows, which a lot of people don't like, but me personally, I actually kind of dig, because they pretty much give you all the range you really need. I mean, you can always get him holding in 2 hands. I have no real issue with the swivel elbows. I think they should probably bring it back to some extent if they do another kind of budget line that's not vintage collection. So he has hips, he's got knees, and he's got ankles. So he's pretty good. He also has a gun, like the Stormtrooper, which is interesting. Darth Vader with a pistol. But hey, it's kind of a new thing now where Jedi and Force users actually still carry around a gun. So he, like I said, does have another head. All you do is pop off this head, and you get another concept helmet design that Ralph McQuarrie came up for Darth Vader. And this one's a little closer to what we actually got in the movie. And I haven't had him with this head in so long, so he's probably going to get switched out with this head. And I dig it, man. I really dig this head. It's just, man, this just looks so cool. It's Darth Vader before he was Darth Vader, and I love it. Oh my gosh, it's the concept art of Star Wars, the original one. I'm sorry, I just love these things. Then, let's talk about Boba Fett, because Boba Fett for the original concept art was not a bounty hunter. He was actually going to be an Imperial super commando. That was actually the original concept for him. So this is actually supposed to be like an Imperial super commando. That's the design you see here. And this design has been integrated in various ways. This helmet especially was used for Reiko Hardeen in the Clone Wars, and it's been in other stuff. But still, it's actually really neat to see these designs, the concept art, actually make its way into the Star Wars universe. He also does have a gun right here. You can see it's actually kind of normal for a Boba Fett gun, in my opinion. Just kind of, I don't know, just kind of feels very Boba Fett-y. But yeah, he's looking really sweet. He has that gun. He has this flame effect, which, as you can see, will actually droop over time. All you have to do is just rotate it, and then it'll stick up, and then it'll slowly droop again, and then you just rotate it again. It's a little irritating, but what can you do? I really love this guy. His backpack comes off very easily, but what can you do? I've been saying that a lot. That's my little catchphrase. What can you do? But you can see his articulation's pretty there. It's pretty good. I like it. But he, like Darth Vader, also came with an alternate helmet to show a different... He, like Darth Vader, also came with another helmet to actually show another concept of Boba Fett. And this one is so much more like we actually got in the movie. I've actually had him displayed with this helmet for a very long time, but I'm going to switch it out now. But yeah, you can see there's definitely quite the change there. I really do enjoy you get the alternate helmets. But one other feature this Boba Fett has, he's got a little belly gun. I don't understand why, but he does. And that's another reason why I keep the thumbnail long, guys. Look, so I can actually get in there. Boom, there we go. Wow, isn't that great? Imagine doing that without a freaking fingernail. Good luck, man, good luck. So yeah, there we go. There is Boba Fett. Honestly, one of the best ones here. I really love him. And then, to round it off, we have the Joe Johnston Snowtrooper. I just got this guy yesterday, as of filming this. And I have been wanting it for a very, very long time. It came out in the Legacy Collection, so around 2008, 2009, so about a decade now I've been wanting this guy. And it took me quite a while, but I finally got it. So yeah, this is not a Ralph McQuarrie design. This is a Joe Johnston design. And I also really like this design, and I wish we would get it in some way. It's actually kind of funny. I posted a picture of me getting this, and someone thought it was Commander Wolf. No, it's not Commander Wolf, even though it does kind of look like it. I really love the color. He actually has color. I love that. Almost kind of makes him look like a Legion. You know, like he would be a part of a Legion, and there'd be like other colors. So yeah, this guy's really sweet. He just has the little gun. That's all he came with. But he does have a lot of nice detail. His articulation's pretty premium. I mean, it's Legacy Collection, of course it is. And he has this really nice soft goods down here, which, be careful, it's probably going to get ruined at some point. But yeah, he's got ball hinges. He's got all the standard ranges, even under that skirt there. He's... Man, I love all of these things. They're just so cool. And you saw how he kind of has the cross-draw holster, which is also an interesting detail. That might be how I display him. I don't know. I just kind of dig it. You don't see a lot of cross-draws in Star Wars. But I do enjoy that holster. So yeah, there's that. Really do love this guy. He also does have a removable backpack as well. It doesn't come off as easy as the Ralph McQuarrie version, or actually Ralph McQuarrie doesn't have it come off at all. I was talking about Boba Fett. It doesn't come off as easy as Boba Fett, but that's also really nice. And I just want to talk real quick about the things he came with, because I got him in the box. I just want to talk about, remember this? In the Episode 1 mail away for Qui-Gon Jinn and the Eopie. You remember that? I never got that. I didn't bother because I wasn't really interested. And then he also came with an HK-50 leg, which I want to get this guy eventually. I want to get him because he's kind of cool. I'll never have HK-47, but I never played that game, so I'm not too worried about it. And interestingly, I just wanted to show this. That yellowed. The plastic yellowed that the where the leg was in, because it's exposed. I just want to show that because that's interesting. And also, real quick, let's go over this good old product catalog. I might have already gone over this one, but I will go over it again because I feel like it. I remember when this wave was out, man. I got 4A7 back when he came out. I love that Darth Maul. He's one of my favorites. Still don't have Warm and Loathsome, but he's pretty cool. I've probably already shown this, but I just want to show it again because I have nostalgia. I just have nostalgia over these pamphlets. It's just nostalgia. It's not nostalgia. Shut up. I don't care. So yeah, there we go. There is the concept art Imperials. The bad guys. Ooh, look out. They will steal all of your money and take your house. Yeah, I love these guys. They're great. I recommend getting all of these. They're just such an awesome collection to have. I'm more of an Imperial guy than like a Rebel and Good guy, so I'm not too worried about ever getting the good guys. But if I do at some point, I will certainly take them happily. But hey, you know what? I'm happy with this collection. I just wouldn't mind maybe getting the repaint of him at some point. Or the pre-paint, I should say. Alrighty guys, so there we go. Make sure to comment, like, and subscribe. Check out my social media links, PO Box address, and frequently asked questions down in the description below. Have a good day, guys, and as always, I'll see you in the next video. Bye.